Okay, so let me provide you the task now for a group discussion, and then I'll give you the instructions and you can start the discussion. So just give me a second and then I provide you this task. Okay, so being good is good or bad? Being good is good or bad? That is the topic. And you people are aware that most of the topics we are discussing nowadays are recently being asked topics. Being good is good or bad?
Sir, what are the इसमें सर वो सब क्या है रूल्स क्या है सर हेलो
Sir, can you repeat the topic?
So, being good is good or bad?
Being good is good. Good
Good
Okay.
or bad? Yes.
Okay, so let me give you some now initial points for GD. See, in the group discussion, one fellow will introduce and one fellow will conclude. Obviously, there are some advantages of conclusion, but only introduction and conclusion. but only if you do it in a proper way. So there is always a structure of introduction and conclusion. You people are aware about that. In the introduction, it is expected that you guys will give the direction to the discussion. You will tell the others how the discussion should go. आप उनको टॉपिक के साथ अवेयर करवाओगे, आप उनको टॉपिक के बारे में बताओगे और ये बताओगे कि आपको क्या डिस्कस करना चाहिए. And if you guys are planning to conclude, then you have pen and paper in your hand and you need to jot down the important points. So that at the end, when you get opportunity to conclude, the conclusion should be the summary of entire important discussion from the group. And बीच में डिस्कशन जरूर करें और बोलना इंपॉर्टेंट है, काम की बात बोलना इंपॉर्टेंट है और दूसरों को सुनना और उनके साथ इंटरेक्टिव होना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Most of you are only bothered about your giving points. You people do not interact with others or you listen to others. So being interactive with others, listening to others is something which is very, very important. So go on that direction and start your discussion. Unmute yourself, each one of you, and start your discussion now.
Good evening, sir. I'm Ketana.
Hello everyone, myself
I'm
Gaurav
happy
Dave.
to
I would like
take.
to
I'm happy to
introduce
take
myself first
initiation for
and like to
starting this
introduce you
topic.
guys with the topic which is being good is good or bad. According to me, any polarization can be very rude in nature. I think a fine balance is really required. So on the basis of this blueprint, I would like to open the house for the discussion.
Friends, I hear that we should know the meaning of the topic first, good and bad. According to my viewpoint, good means not causing harm to ourselves and also to the others, while coming to the bad, causing damage to others or hurting others. So this topic is generic in nature, which plays very important role in our life. So here we can discuss this topic in various dimensions, like how we need to deal individually, societally, nationally, internationally. I think we can discuss in these various aspects, friends.
I
Yes, sir.
agree with Ketana. So
Definitely, I
today's
agree,
topic is
Ketana.
more related to
Question
philosophy
of
and its human behavior and personality traits, that people should be good to everyone or not. So as according to me, it's depend on the situation. We should be a neutral. It's we should be if situation is allowed to be straightforward, that we should be a straightforward. It's not about to being good everywhere. It's allowed to be neutral to everywhere.
I beg to
Exactly,
I would
disagree.
like to add a point here.
Being model
I
is
do agree with the Parma.
acting in a
I
society.
think
Being model or good is necessary for having self-respect, right? So if you're working in IOCL or working in any company,
Yes.
if we have self-respect, we have passion, we will be intrinsic to the value of the job itself. So I think being good is not neutral. Being good is our self-duty, self-respect towards the nation and towards ourselves.
So I
exactly.
agree with
Hello,
All time good can be not be a
Divjyoti.
good option. I would like to tell one thing about this.
1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Gurjyoti. See, the thing is, being good is good in an absolutist statement. It's not subjective because, see, you have to be, and it comes from our morality and all. So at the end, we can justify our path and all, but we should be good. For example, it's just like being honest is good or not. So you have to be.
Hello.
If you are absolutist, genuine, and I would like to give an example. So we got independence in 1947, and we all know that what was the condition of the country. But at that time, India chose non-violence, and it became the voice of third world. By now,
non-aligned movement, exactly.
yes.
Hello.
And now,
Yes, Prashant.
70. Yes.
I would like to
Yes,
Mamta,
go on.
contribute with you.
Mamta is
Please
going to
let
tell
Mamta
something.
Yes,
speak,
Mamta.
please.
Yes, Mamta.
Let
Please.
Mamta
Yes,
speak here.
ओके, थैंक यू. मेरे फेलो ने जो अभी कहा, साथी ने जो कहा कि न्यूट्रल रहना चाहिए, बिल्कुल सही है कि से नो व्हेन नीडेड. मतलब हमेशा हाँ में हाँ भरने से आप कभी-कभी दूसरों के सामने एज अ वीक टारगेट आप खुद को पॉइंट आउट
Exactly, मैं
करते हो.
ममता से बिल्कुल agree
Exactly. We
करता हूँ.
have to brainstorm ourselves. We have to
और जो
guys-
एग्जांपल अभी उन्होंने
our
ऊपर
side.
दिया कि
Excuse me.
नॉन वायलेंस से
Being
good
इंडिया का
means-
फ्रीडम मिला.
Yes,
उसके
please
लिए
पे
speak
हाँ
one
बोलना
by
होता
one.
है.
Please speak
नहीं,
one by one.
हेलो,
Being
Please
good
let me
means,
complete.
हाँ पे हाँ मिल मतलब वो बोलना मतलब वो
Rashid,
होता है
let
क्या?
her complete. Let her complete.
हेलो,
Okay.
प्लीज
Yes,
Yes,
let me
Mamta,
Yes,
please
yes.
speak.
हाँ, और जो उन्होंने अभी एग्जांपल दिया कि हाँ नॉन वायलेंस से इंडिया जरूर इंडिपेंडेंट हुआ, लेकिन उसके लिए भी उनको बहुत साल लग गए, और तब तक इंडिया में बहुत सारे रिसोर्सेज जो थे वो भी मतलब तब तक जाकर मतलब इतना
नहीं,
सीधा
नहीं.
इतना
Mamta, it is not about history.
Let me clarify.
Friends,
I
It's not about
said
history.
Friends,
I-
why don't we discuss in societal angle when we
Yeah,
take
yeah, yeah,
dimension of
I was
society?
thinking
no.
from the
Criminal
Guys,
activities, criminal
Yeah,
activities
everything.
are taking place, and cyber related crimes also happening. So being good, being moral to ourselves and also to our nation is very important, no friends.
Actually,
Exactly, and in
crime
the
is a
current
very
scenario, even the Indian
different
foreign
thing.
policy is a
guys,
It's
great
not about the
example where
good
we
or bad.
condemn the
Yeah,
war, but we purchase
I
oil from
slightly
Russia.
disagree with
It is a
Ketana,
great
as
example of
We
being
should
good
be
and being bad
diplomatic.
at the same time.
guys,
Crime
according
is
to
another
me,
thing.
see,
I think it's being
according to
good
Yes,
or bad.
yes,
It's
Ravi.
depend on. It's
Yes,
yes,
about the human nature,
see,
human behavior. Crime is
okay,
other thing.
yeah. See, the thing is
okay.
कि being
so
good or bad.
Crime
So
relates to
in dilemma, you
Yes,
have two choices.
yes,
personality of a
exactly,
person.
exactly.
But when you have to be absolutist. And for example, my fellow has given that of the war, and you can also see the condition in Israel and Palestine war. India is the only country in the
guys,
world. Listen.
I think we
Exactly.
are
India is
India,
deviating.
only.
India is not condemning the Israel or the Palestine. We are
guys,
somehow
Friends, we are
supporting Israel.
deviating,
please
I
let
think
me
so.
put my
No,
point in front
Yeah,
Yes,
front of
Ravi.
you all.
I think the
Yes, Ravi.
topic is
I
getting
think
Yes,
deviated.
in
Ravi,
my
Actually,
We are
please
topic should
complete,
be
deviating
of
from
Ravi.
the
an
topic.
yeah.
individual.
Please complete, Ravi. Please complete.
okay. In my opinion, being good or bad is a relative concept. Okay,
Exactly.
we can be good for
Situational.
certain situation. We can be good for in our perspective, but we can
Totally.
be bad for some other perspective. For example, let's take a example of Mahatma Gandhi. He is in the favor of two-state theory, right? So as an Indian, we can disrespect him by saying that इन्होंने भारत का विभाजन करवा दिया.
Ravi, I
But
think factually it
Ravi,
is
this is
wrong.
factual. This
wait,
is
Factually,
let
factually
it
me
is
wrong.
really
complete.
wrong.
But
It is
let me
really wrong.
complete. But
Yes,
let me
yes,
Actually, it's a
complete. Okay.
Now
perspective
complete.
of.
yes, yes.
So इंडिया मतलब नटशेल में अगर मैं आपको बोलूं तो ये रिलेटिव कंसेप्ट है. फॉर एग्जांपल इसराइल और पैलेस्टीन को देख लीजिए. जो वॉर उधर हो रही है, लोग मर रहे हैं,
बिल्कुल
उसमें इसराइल अपने आप को डिफेंड कर रहा है क्योंकि पहला अटैक उस पे हुआ था, राइट. बट पैलेस्टीन जो नॉर्मल पैलेस्टीन है वो उसका मींस कॉस्ट पे कर रहे हैं, तो उनके लिए इसराइल एक बैड हुआ,
And even
राइट.
Naxalism is a great example
Listen.
of
So
this. If
every
we talk
person
about
will
India,
have a
where
different
Naxalites think
perspective
that the
related to
state
the
is against them,
situation.
but the country is doing like defending the other citizens who are not Naxalite. It can be a great example of good and bad at the same time.
Friends,
It's just about
Right.
perspective.
I would
Even
like to add few points to Jankana. She has said that we need to be neutral. Yes, she is absolutely correct. While dealing with the nation, our India is playing the neutral peacekeeping
Neutral,
force.
right?
It is
Exactly.
it is working with Russia as well as it is working with USA. It is trying to stop the wars as well as making the trades in order to make entire world, it is trying to bring entire nation into one path.
I agree with
See,
The current
Ketana, as
European
India
path
is
is a great
already
example of this.
India is saying that he's supporting to Israel, but he is by word he is supporting, but through any like military or any we are not supporting to them. मतलब एज अ मिलिट्री और
No.
कोई हमने ऐसा कोई स्पेसिफिक उनको नहीं किया
Yes,
है.
yes,
So by
we are.
word they are
Yes,
supporting. So it's being neutral because
yes.
we
ना
are
ना
not
actually
inviting
India
any
India
war or
इंडिया
any
ऑफिशियली सपोर्ट किसी
diplomatic.
को नहीं कर रहा है.
yes,
हम
India
हमारी
officially
फॉरेन
not
India is
हमारी
not
फॉरेन
neutral.
पॉलिसी इजराइल को सपोर्ट करती है, बट हम फिलिस्तीन को जो है हेल्थ और इक्विपमेंट सब भेज रहे हैं. तो हम दोनों
so
तरफ
we are
बैलेंस बना के
neutral at
चलते
that
हैं.
और
aspect.
Yeah, we are neutral.
Neutral
When,
is the
but
it's about
we are
point
friends,
of
trying to
view.
maintain balance.
when it comes to nationalistic perspective, we definitely need to be neutral in nature. When it comes to the personality
See,
and also societal level, it needs to be good, I think so, friend. What is your
I
views
think
on
I have a
sir,
I have an example if you
Kantana,
like to listen.
listen.
Suppose there is a scenario, एक व्यक्ति है वो मर रहा है बिल्कुल, उसको एक दवाई की जरूरत है और सामने एक मेडिकल की शॉप है जहाँ पे वो दवाई अवेलेबल है और कोई ऑनर खड़ा नहीं है. तो एज ए पर्सन आप क्या करोगे? आप वो दवाई लाके आए तो उसको पिला दोगे. तो हो सकता है कि उस सिचुएशन में तो आप बाकायदा सही हो, पर कानूनी आप गलत हो क्योंकि आपने चोरी करी. तो इट्स अबाउट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू फ्रॉम विच लेंस यू आर लुकिंग द सिचुएशन. I think
I
it
want
is
to
the
add one
so
situation in
See,
where in corporate, where we have to take some decision to dismiss someone.
okay.
मेरा कोई क्लोज फ्रेंड है लेकिन उसने कुछ गलत किया है, सो मुझे उसे डिसमिस करना पड़ेगा. इन दैट सिचुएशन आई एम बैड टू हिम और हर, बट आई हैव टू बी न्यूट्रल एज एन प्रोफेशनल बिकॉज
see
मुझे ये डिसीजन लेना पड़ रहा है
And
बिकॉज ऑफ दिस सिचुएशन, डिपेंड ऑन द
exactly.
सिचुएशन. सो आई हैव टू बी न्यूट्रल.
And you are
I
taking this
can't take
decision
decision
for the better good of organization. Great
yes, what
example.
is
Great
better to
example.
yeah,
Great example.
organization.
yes, we need to
yeah,
So,
look this
what do you
yeah.
people
See,
want to
Really great
say?
example.
Doing
yes,
being
Rashi.
good is good or bad? So means you are throwing or just points, and but you people are not saying that
Rashid, through
you
points we
know
are coming toward the
this is
conclusion.
good or this is bad. Yes, yes.
Okay.
This is the
We are
point
saying
Yes, I
that
want to know your
Yes,
it's
point.
a
let-
relative concept.
The
let
polarization
Rashid
between bad or
complete.
good
I
cannot
think
be the option.
I think friends, let
main
Rashid
topic is
complete
that.
the point. Let
Okay.
Rashid.
Okay,
Let
He
Rashid,
is on.
please.
Yes.
Yeah, uh, uh, I was saying this the point from the Persian perspective. That's for an individual means being good is enough or not bad. Means उस हिसाब से मतलब वो सोच रहा था. But you people are like means discussing on a national level. Like being good is means sometimes it is bad for someone, and but for an individual I would say being good sometimes it can gives you the uh, mental satisfaction also, and that could also lead to the trust, and from you are also getting some kind of a respect from that also. But this can be also vulnerable in some situation. If you are keeping yourself being good, then people may take means a chance out of it, and they can create some bad things for you. Maybe they can take yourself as a uh, opportunity, and get means वो लोग वो आप लोगों से मतलब वो हाँ फायदा उठा सकता है हाँ बीइंग
Yes.
गुड होने से. तो
Yeah,
तो
it's
मेरा वो
Rashid,
पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है. ऐसे
मैं
सॉल्यूशन
इसमें
क्या हो
See,
सकता है?
I support
इसका
your
सॉल्यूशन तो
your
यही हो
plan,
सकता है
Asik.
ना
See,
कि
In starting
हमको
of the discussion,
फिजिकली
as
मेंटली पूरा
Chetana said,
स्ट्रांग रहना
that
चाहिए.
we have to think
see,
nationally, socially, individually differently.
We have to
हमें
be
हर
dynamic.
see,
perspective से
being
अलग अलग
see,
सोचना
see the
Yes,
चाहिए.
thing
yes.
is कि
So
being
which
good,
is
अगर
right.
हम नेशनली सोच रहे हैं, अगर हम सोसाइटली सोच रहे हैं, अगर हम किसी
इकोनॉमिकली
हर प्रोस्पेक्टिव पे अलग अलग होगा. ठीक है,
Yes,
नेशनल के लेवल
exactly.
पे जो
Yes.
गुड है
That
वो
what
Exactly.
Yes,
Chetana
yes,
said
Even
in starting
even
of the
या
discussion.
तो
if we
Yes.
look
ये
from the
हम
lens of
एक
ethical
And
norms,
यस
good is
हम
being
एक
good.
रॉड को
and
नेशनल
also
इंटरनेशनल और
गाइस
and
पर्सनल पे नहीं ले जा
अभी
सकते हैं.
नेशनल लेवल पे नहीं करते, हम अभी
नहीं,
अपने लेवल पे देखते हैं.
वही
बीन
मैं बोल रहा हूँ, पर्सनल
वर्किंग इन
लेवल.
कॉर्पोरेट, बीन वर्किंग इन कॉर्पोरेट,
हाँ,
लेट मी कंप्लीट.
individual
बीन
level पे.
वर्किंग इन कॉर्पोरेट, आप अपने कोलीग की आफ्टर रिक्वेस्ट को एंटरटेन करते हो. उनके लिए अच्छा है क्योंकि आप उनसे एंटरटेन कर रहे हो, उनकी बात मान रहे हो. इसकी वजह से आपके काम पे ज्यादा इफेक्ट पड़ता है, वर्कलोड ज्यादा बढ़ता है, उससे आपकी हेल्थ खराब होती है, तो ये आपके लिए बुरा है, राइट? तो इट्स अ रिलेटिव कंसेप्ट. हम किसी पर्टिकुलर वे में इसे बोल नहीं सकते.
There is no
But also,
scientific way
friends,
of saying
I
that
would
being
like
good
to
is good or
bring
bad.
I would like to bring one example into your
Yes,
notice.
Ketna.
Like whenever we may become employee of any organization, if any illegal activities are going against the nation or against the society and the people, as a whistleblower, it is our primary responsibility to send the information to our senior management. No,
It's
so
being
but
ethical
we
and
are against the
See, the thing is,
we are against the company. But when
yeah,
it comes, but when we need to look at larger interest, larger perspective, larger goodwill of the people, no friends.
yeah. See the thing
that's
is
why the
कि
vigilance awareness come now. The
listen,
government
Yeah.
campaigning is come.
That
Yes.
is
The
why
vigilance
the
awareness is
whistleblower
implemented
protection
this
act is
year.
there.
Yes,
see,
that only
Yes.
saying. That only I'm
see
saying.
being good is good for the individual level. See, for example, my friend had given the example. So you have to be good as you respect the ethics and norms of the company. Whatever your friend thinks of the extra assistant, that is the relative concept from that perspective. Now, being good is for me. So if I am honest with my organization, I am doing my duty fulfilled. So it's good for me, and it will good for my future, my mental health, my everything.
Yeah,
But
And
sometimes
it-
sometimes
Why-
personally or individually you
you
have
are
to
very
be
correct.
bad.
Why it will be
to
good for your
yourself.
health?
This is what I want to
why?
say.
Yeah, it's
Because
based on personal level, right? So if
Sometimes you have
everyone
to
acts
say
in good
no.
moral value,
It's
No,
very
if everyone
important.
acts in a
see,
good moral value,
you are
boosts-
confusing
I-
being good doesn't
positive
mean
way.
I
Friends,
have to
it
show every
boosts-
time yes, okay.
It boosts our
That
moral
doesn't mean.
strength, no?
Yeah.
By
Yes,
being
that's what
good,
I'm
it
saying.
boosts our moral strength and confidence, no?
Being
Yeah,
good,
so if
we should
everyone
not
is
confuse
having
that
moral
being good
value,
means saying everything to yes or it become a yes man. Okay.
so
Just
it
not confuse with
Okay.
that.
Okay.
it
Thank you.
doesn't
Thank
mean
you,
that
Prashant.
every time you have to say yes. It means you are having your own self-respect.
Yes.
So when
Yes.
it comes to say no, you are
Defending your
saying-
own
So
self-respect.
basically,
Yes.
at an
You have to
Yes.
individual
defend.
level, if everyone is acting in a good moral value, the society would need vigilance awareness. So it's my
Exactly.
point of
Right.
Yes.
Being good doesn't mean you have to say yes every time. You have to be a
Yes,
yes.
yes, that's what.
Right. Sometimes you
that's
have
what-
You
to
have
say
to
no.
put your point. You have to just put your perspective in a way.
You have to
that's
be
what
good in
being
limits.
good, not
This
being
is,
a yes
I
man and
think,
not
it
being
can be a right thing.
Friends,
yeah.
friends, I would
Put-
like
put-
to, I would like
In
to
the polite manner,
relate.
you have to say sometimes no
Yes,
to
friends, I
keep
would like,
others,
I would
to
like,
make others
Friends,
understand about your
Being good.
situation.
friends, I would like to relate this topic
See,
to a theory in HR, like situational theory. We need to
Yes.
act according to the situation. We need to act
Correct,
according to the circumstances.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it
Ketna, I
creates.
think this can be the only conclusion. This is the crux of the story. You have to be
Yes.
situational.
Yes, yes.
Matlab, this is very good point. We are discussing around this concept
Yeah.
only.
At
Yes.
individual level, we should be moral,
That
we should be
means,
good.
You have to
we
be
need to
situational.
because-
You
react
cannot
Because
according to
agree
the situation.
good or bad is.
theoretical
That's
knowledge
the only
acts as
thing
a
of being
evidence for supporting our argument.
Yes.
No,
But there is a
Exactly,
difference.
right. I agree
But
with you,
theory,
Ketna. I am not opposing you.
but the theory cannot be implemented in the practical life.
yeah, that only I'm
But
saying.
see,
It depends
theory
upon the
Theory can be
situation.
implemented, but you can say that there are deviations. You can't say that theory can't be implemented because theory also comes
Not
from the random
100%,
life.
but not 100%,
No,
right?
no, we,
That
no,
doesn't
no.
mean theory.
Be the light
When
of
we
the
face a real life situation,
Theory is made by the situations only.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I
great
am
light.
telling.
Who
Na?
said that? Who
I
said that?
think my viewpoint is that we can be good or bad according to the situations. Like as
situation,
I
yes, it's a relative concept.
yeah,
Same
that only
concept.
saying
बिल्कुल सिचुएशन
situation.
के ऊपर डिपेंड
Exactly.
करता है सोचो think before saying no think
Yes.
before
Yeah,
saying
correct.
yes
Yes,
consequences
yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
we
Because
have
your
to
words
think
make
before.
Totally, I agree with
make us
Mamta.
the
Yes.
difference. Because your words make the
Let me say
decision.
something.
Rashid
Yeah,
is
yeah,
trying to
Rashid,
say
Rashid,
something.
please.
Yeah,
Rashid.
Rashid.
Classic, please say.
Speak.
Means in these days, most of us means I think like saying no is a means a bad thing. I mean saying that's the
Okay.
main thing in this today's generation. Like people used to think like saying no means he is like uh, 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 not means good. He's not good. So that's not the thing, because being good means you have to say no according to the means circumstances. You have to say no also. So that's the matter of fact that you have to means uh, you have to say things according to the situation. So it's a relative concept that now we are means discussing. So what will be the final means outcome of this discussion? What do you people
I
think?
would also like
Final
to
outcome
Let,
is
let us
one
discuss
relative
further
situational.
before coming to your
Hello.
conclusion,
Yeah.
Rashid.
Hello everyone. I just would like to bring one small situation. When I was in corporate, I have to take decision to take some strict action against who are coming late. So which is I'm bad for that person or that employee or
Person.
that colleague.
Exactly.
But in the same way, I'm good for the organization.
Organization, yes.
So
That is
yes,
why I'm saying it's a relative concept.
yes,
Exactly.
exactly. It
Of
is a
course,
relative one.
we are discussing this only,
And also, friends, when we deal with international perspective, also terrorist
and we have
activities,
to.
all that also we need to be considered, no, being good
Yeah,
or
yeah.
bad.
For them, we
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
bad, of course.
So,
If we're talking
We are
about
good.
so for
during the era
we
of
are
So
good
one
for our own
conclusion
citizens
I have
now.
We
got
have to
that
give our conclusion.
this is a relative
I think, is
concept.
there any
Yes.
other points that you
yeah,
would
so
like
if
to
we're
add?
talking,
No.
so Ketana was talking about international point of view, right? So if we're talking about international point of view, back in the COVID era, you can see India was the first nation to open up the vaccine dose to Africa.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
So for Africa,
Yes.
India was a very good nation with
Yes.
good variable. So India has placed itself as a good model nation
Moral,
itself.
yes.
So
Yeah.
it's
It's a great
It's
example of being
Recently,
I would like to add a point
It's a great
on
example.
this.
yes, yes, Ravi.
Yeah,
we
Example of
can
being good.
say
Yeah,
if we
in
are
international relation, the interest
we
remain
are creating
permanent.
a healthy relationship
Nothing
with
good,
the global
nothing bad.
world.
You have
Yes,
to
we are
fulfill
creating
Yeah.
your interest first.
There is
yes,
nothing. There is no friend when it comes to international relations.
Yes,
yeah.
no friend,
Self-interest
no
is the best
enemy,
no,
interest.
only
No friend, no
interest
enemy.
remain permanent.
because we are
Yes.
creating a healthy relationship with the global nation.
Yes.
That's why we are helping other nation because in future we also need the help from the other country
Yes, yes.
exactly.
Is
in a
there any other
situation.
points? Are
Right.
there any other points?
Can we explore environmental side of the discussion? Can we? It is possible. Can we go
Yes.
there?
Yes, yes, as
Let's
a
take the example of
responsible.
NPCL. Let's take the example of NPCL, right? They are, they are producing the nuclear energy, which is beneficial or our country to fulfill the electricity demand. But in the
Okay.
side way, they're also producing the radioactive waste, which can be, if somehow leak, then it will create the environmental disaster. That will be a bad thing.
And also, friends, I would like to add one more point. Being good means in the perspective of government, like government has implemented corporate social responsibility for
CSR.
every company,
CSR, yes,
for
CSR.
every
Yes.
for
Yes.
every
Yes.
company in order to uplift the society. So it is also can be treated, no?
But how it will be
But
bad for the company?
but you can
We
Yeah.
we
Not
have to
bad.
It is a
discuss the
win-win
both.
situation for
We
both,
have to
na?
I think
we have to
in a
discuss
cost,
the both
See,
side, no?
yeah.
Positive or
Win-win
in a
negative
cost,
situation for
I
side.
think
both company and the
It's
citizen or the
so
country.
because
it's
company have to
not.
put some.
I am dealing with only good in that example. It's not
Okay,
positive.
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
Ketna.
Okay. So
And,
there
and,
is no
and if you
situational
want to
view of
explore
bad.
bad part of it, then company can say they have to spend
Costing.
2%
They
of their
have to
profit. That can
They
be
have
they
to
have to
give a
explained.
contribute to
2%.
certain percentage
Correct.
of their
Yeah, yeah,
profit,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That company
But they
can
have
say,
the
but
moral duty towards the
yeah,
society
yes,
Yes,
they,
because
yes,
they have
yes.
because they are
that's why.
generating
moral duty
profit
should be
from
there.
the society
Yeah,
only.
They are
that's why
exploiting
India is the
उनका
only
काम बढ़
country in
जाता
the
है
world
because they
where
have to
CSR is
prepare
then they
mandatory.
are
not sheet,
generating
they
Right.
profit.
have to prepare the bills and वगैरह वगैरह, तो उनका काम बढ़ जाता है, ये एक बैड पॉइंट हो सकता है एम्प्लॉइज
I
के
think
Okay,
लिए.
इसको
so
अलग
Right.
now
बोलना
we want
ज्यादा
to
और
सही
conclude.
होगा.
और
Yeah.
Anybody wants
compliance
to
बहुत ही
conclude now?
स्ट्रिक्ट है तो sir.
Anybody wants to
What?
conclude?
Sir,
Uh,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Sure, yes, sir.
yes, sir.
So basically, friends, we have a very healthy and very fruitful discussion, I think. And we have also very much received the everyone's idea, and we concur like being good is depends on situation and person itself. I think we can all agree about that. And we have also discussed about the self-respect and how nationalistic and international ideas can be based on being good is good and how can we be neutral. So yeah, with that, I think we have a very fruitful discussion, and I'll have to conclude with that point. So thank you very much.
Okay, but you have not discussed the points actually, Divjyoti. So there were so many points discussed. Anybody else wants to conclude?
Talking about
Uh,
an
yes,
individual
sir. I
perspective,
want to
I would say,
conclude. So,
hello.
in a starting
Yes.
of point, as Ketna said, we have to think about nationally, socially, individually. So, as per the our discussion, we this can conclude that we depend on the situation. अगर नेशनली आता है तो हमें अलग तरह से सोचना चाहिए, सोशली और इंडिविजुअली अलग होता है. When we have a point where Devyajyoti also said about the vaccination, where Ravi have put the idea about the NPCL, where environment disaster also a bad or good point. And Ketna also bring a point of a CSR activity. So being a good is not enough. So we have to be a neutral. That's all what we can the conclusion is.
Okay, Rashik.
Yes, sir. I was trying to conclude the session with an individual perspective of this means this discussion. So yeah, as she said also that being good is not enough. So we have to be neutral, and we should react according to the circumstances that we had. Yeah, so that's also.
Ravi.
Sir, in the end, I would like to say, as per our discussion, most of us would agree that it is a relative concept. In one situation, we can be a bad, but in the same situation, we can be a good for others. As said by the Miss Parmar,
Zanksha, yes.
yes, she had to penalize someone because he was late, right? For them, she is bad person, but for the organization, she is maintaining the decorum. That is why she is good. As we as the point given by the Ketna, sir, नहीं हो पाएगा.
Mamta.
That is all.
थैंक यू सर. मैं बोलना चाहूंगी कि जो ये टॉपिक था काफी हेल्दी टॉपिक था और इस पर बहुत अच्छा डिस्कशन सभी ने किया. कुछ लोगों ने गुड एस्पेक्ट्स बताए, कुछ लोगों ने बैड एस्पेक्ट्स बताए, लेकिन कंक्लूजन तो यही निकला कि जो कि मैंने ही कहा था कि से नो व्हेन नीडेड, से यस व्हेन नीडेड. सर्कमस्टेंसेस हर किसी का अलग अलग तरीके से होता है. नेशनली इश्यूज मतलब अपने इनपुट्स दिए लोगों ने कि नेशनली कैसे इंडिया ने डील किया, उसके साथ में बहुत सारे लोगों ने एग्जांपल्स दिए और उसके हिसाब से सर यही कंक्लूजन बना कि न्यूट्रल रहना ही ठीक है.
Gaurav.
So, sir, so guys, it was really fantastic discussion between all of us, and it was really fruitful in nature. We discussed almost all the possible aspects of the topic, like international, social, individual, environmental, organizational, and the points given and the personal experience shared by you guys are really phenomenal. And it was like a cherry on a cake. And in the last, I would just like to conclude with this my words that the crux of the discussion was that a fine balance between good and bad can be the only option. There is no scientific way of saying that the good being is only good or only bad. We have to deal with the situation. It is situational in nature, and it's all about point of view. Thank you.
Janafana?
Sir, I have already given my conclusion. This we have to be a neutral in a situation where
Okay,
we
yeah.
have to be a bad.
Prashant?
Yes.
Prashant?
Yes, sir. We had a very fruitful discussion and we explored the various dimensions in which one thing we agreed that sometimes we have no binary options of yes and no. So we have to be diplomatic and we have given the various examples. And at the but all my friends agreed that at individual level, being good is beneficial for most of the times. There are only certain circumstances in which we are good. And also one thing that I would like to point out from the discussion that it's also from which lens we are looking at. So from one stakeholders, it can be good, one and other can say it's bad. But we have to place ourselves where we are and how our group being good also differs individually to societally to company wise, and we have to estimate the position in which we are and the impact of the decision which we are taking and considering as good or bad.
Ketana?
I would like, friends, I would like to conclude this topic by taking various critical points given by our team members, like the topic that was divided into different dimensions, like individual dimensions. When it comes to individual dimensions, it depends upon the moral values that originated from our parents, and also societal angle. When we take this into societal angle, the cyber crimes and the various aspects we need to consider to be good or bad. And also national perspective, our friends discussed about our India vaccine diplomacy, which was carried very well by our country, and also a humanitarian aid which was given by our country to the Palestine people. And most of our friends have come to the point that they are saying that it depends purely on the person and personality, and also the situational aspects. So I would like to conclude by saying that it depends upon the circumstances of the person, and also the circumstances that the person is going to face in that situation. Thank you, friends.
Okay. So let me tell you, friends, this is a philosophical topic, and most of you could not do very good in this. As a group, also individual, also you could not understand this topic. And though you participated, so I'll tell a couple of things as a group. Like you should not make it informal discussion at any stage in GD. I mean, in group task, it may be to some extent you are informal because that is a team, but here you should not laugh. At one point of time, you guys were laughing and all and making it informal. Don't do there, right? It is not required. Second is try to stick around the topic in these kind of cases and don't deviate much from the topic. Sometimes you were deviating a lot from the topic, you are not understanding and deviating a lot. Third is you don't have that luxury to tell others that let me complete or please be silent, I'll speak, like Mamta you normally say. But once you say, you can say that, but not many very frequently. When it's a group discussion, you cannot tell others to be silent, let me speak, because that goes against the spirit of the group discussion. You need to speak. So Ketana started the discussion, but Gaurav, you entered. You were not the first to enter. Moreover, you were not the fastest also. So you will lose the marks for the introduction in this case because you obstructed Ketana from speaking. Plus, Gaurav, you could not give very good starting also. So if you are not first and fastest, don't introduce. You will not get the marks. You will lose the marks. And second is, if you are not very clear about what you want to say, don't start that introduction. That may be risky for you, right? You are not to do that.
Okay.
Prashun and Rashik, I think they were the first timers. I saw them first, and they were participating with them first time. Uh, okay, I mean, you people were speaking something. You need to learn. At least you were speaking. You were uttering something. Though it was to be, you need to improve it. You want to speak continuously and in a particular way. So as I told you, like none of you was having very good content for participation except one or two, but it's okay. I mean, you participated, that is good. Dipjyoti, you have good communication, but you were silent. I don't know why. So don't be silent, you will lose the race. So you need to enter. That is very, very important. So come what may, whatever topic it is, you have to maintain the discussion. So okay, Ravi was speaking, Ketana was speaking, Gaurav was speaking, Jankhana was fighting, she was also speaking. So largely you guys were speaking. Dipjyoti was speaking, but I was expecting more from him. He's in the league of Ketana and Ravi. They speak well. Gaurav, Ketana, Ravi, Jyoti. They speak actually. And the second line comes Jankhana and Mamta. They also speak, but yes, you need to improve upon that. And then Prasun and Rashik. You are still learning, right? Now, as far as this topic was concerned, being good is good or bad. So what can be the best introduction for this is, friends, the topic for the discussion given is being good is good or bad. It's a philosophical topic and very subjective topic. Friends, in my opinion, we need to be very, very clear what is the meaning of good or bad here. And it is very contextual and it is very subjective. It depends on context to context. The Israel war on Palestine may be good for people of Israel, but may be very bad for people of Palestine. So, being good is a relative term also. I mean, how do you define it? So I believe, friends, we should discuss this particular topic in certain categories like can being good be good? I mean, if somebody is good to you, you can be good to him. That may be good. Somebody is being bad to you and you are trying to be good to him, it may not be good at the end. So it depends upon, it is not action, it is the reaction maybe. Being good may not be action all the time. If being good is action, then friends, it may be always good. But if being good is a reaction to something, then we need to see what was the action first. If the action is goodness, being good is not bad, it's good. If action is badness to you, somebody is not being good to you, then maybe being good is not good. And also, evil should not be supported. So, being good to maybe criminals or maybe terrorists, eventually it is not good. So, I believe that it has many contexts, this particular topic, and we should discuss this topic through example. That will be very good. So, now I open the house for the discussion. Now, friends, how you can divide this entire topic is like before you are trying to be good to someone, you need to see who that someone is. You need to see that actually. You cannot be good to criminals, to terrorists and all. You need to be good. What do you mean by goodness? Taking care of someone, healing someone, giving someone medicine. You are a doctor, and your profession says that you have to save anyone, whether he's a terrorist. You need to save someone. Somebody is brought to you as a doctor. You need to be good to him. Even if the person is bad, but you need to do good to him. You need to heal him up. So in that way, certain things you need to be good. So in that case, it is not bad. It is good actually. And in the another cases, sometimes what happens is like some person tries to exploit you. You are trying to be good, he's trying to be bad to you, you are again trying to be good. That is not good. So you need to basically not let yourself get exploited. So friends, start giving the examples. Start giving the examples like individual basis पे है या आप वो country के basis पे है. आपने इजराइल का example लिया, आप रशिया का example लिया. Individual basis पे you can take example. You can take your own example. That friends, I'll give you my own example. There were some of my classmates. I was always trying to be good to them. They were not very good to me. So then at least we can maintain to be neutral, as Jankhana concluded that let's be neutral then. So, being good to good people is okay. Being good to bad people, you need to check that. It may not be always good. Being good to neutral people is also good. So that way you can divide this entire topic in a couple of categories, and along with the example you can give. ऐसे टॉपिक्स का कोई भी इवेंचुअल अल्टीमेट आंसर नहीं होता. ऐसे टॉपिक्स दिए जाते हैं to check the divergent thinking you guys have. Divergent thinking. This topic cannot be, summarized in particular way. There can be 10 different kind of discussions on this topic. Every group can have a different discussion. So I'm not interested in finding the answer for that. I'm only interested to see what logic you guys are using. And in such kind of topics, examples are really helpful. Somebody coming forward and saying that, friends, now let me give you example. Israel's attack on Palestine. First, Hamas attacking the Israel. Now let's see this. United Nations is trying to stop the war. United Nations is a body which always will try to stop the war. Even if the war is waged against the terrorist, United Nations will always try to stop the war. So United Nations का task है वो war को रोकना. So by stopping the war, United Nations is trying to be good. Israel may not stop because it is against the foreign policy of Israel. Somebody attacked Israel first. No, they are not stopping. So Israel will intentionally not try to be good to those who were bad to Israel. So for them, they will justify this philosophy like that. United Nations will try to stop the war and be good for people on both sides and on the planet Earth. Now Israel not listening to United Nations, Israel not listening to United Nations, that may not be good. I mean that they have to listen to it. So इसी particular चीज में बहुत से connotation आ जाते हैं, and that is how you people are to discuss this entire topic. But as I told you, I mean I was more interested in how much you get involved. ऐसे time पे discussion में involve हो जाओ. Speak with passion. Don't be silent. And find some point and start discussion and start getting involved. The energy, the passion with which you will be talking about the topic, that will fetch you marks. Got it? Anything you want to ask me or tell me now?
सर वहां पर जीडी में हमसे कंक्लूजन करने के लिए बोला जा सकता है?
नहीं, कई बार बोलता है, जब कोई ना बोले तो बोल देता है कि आप कंक्लूड करो. अगर उसको
Okay.
पता लगाना हो कि मैं इसको पास करूं लड़के को ना पास करूं, तो आपको चांस देता है वो कि रवि यू कंक्लूड, और उसके बेस
Okay.
पे ओपिनियन बनाएगा. जैसे somebody has not spoken but the observer feels that he can speak but he has not spoken, then he will give you a chance.
Okay, sir.
Hello. Sir, any personal feedback? Because this is the first time I speak in the GD.
This is the first time what you spoke?
Yes, I spoke in GD.
नहीं ठीक है, वो जनखरा मैंने आपको बताया था कि पहले आप बोलते नहीं थे, अभी you
I
spoke
spoke.
today and
Yeah.
now you know your participation has to be more. So you are on the border, like speak more, participate in a structured way. There's a format, as you are aware, you stick to format that format now. Like there's always a format, the way you have to speak, the way you have to participate, the way you have to do, and it comes with the practice. So yes, you have started speaking. That is a good thing actually.
Sir,
सर आपने
this is my
लास्ट
also
में
first. Can
ओके
you
यू गो.
please give me some feedback also on myself?
रशिक बोलना है, और आपका बोलने का स्टाइल बहुत अच्छा नहीं है, ऑडिबल नहीं था, मतलब वो कंप्रीहेंसिबल नहीं था, समझ नहीं आ रहा था मेरे को क्या बोल रहे हो आप. आई डोंट नो दैट वाज माय प्रॉब्लम और एवरीबॉडी एल्स प्रॉब्लम, बट आई वाज नॉट गेटिंग व्हाट यू वांट टू से. वो आई डोंट नो इट वाज रिलेटेड टू योर कम्युनिकेशन और इट वाज रिलेटेड टू that side, maybe because of the online stuff, but I could not understand many of the things. I was trying to understand what you are trying to say. तो थोड़ा सा क्लैरिटी नहीं था तुम्हारे बोलने में, एनर्जी लेवल कम था और पार्टिसिपेशन भी कम था. लो एनर्जी, लो पार्टिसिपेशन, लो क्लैरिटी, ये 3 आपके नेगेटिव फीडबैक हैं रशीद. बट फर्स्ट टाइम जब पार्टिसिपेट करते हो तो मैं फीडबैक देता नहीं हूँ. उस फीडबैक का कोई मतलब नहीं होता है, वो चेंज हो जाती है फीडबैक जल्दी. So it is like you are first time coming for swimming and you are asking the coach to give the feedback of the way you are swimming. He has nothing to offer you, nothing to tell you actually, other than saying that you participate more, you jump more, right? सेम ही प्रश्न का था, आपका भी वही था, पार्टिसिपेट करो थोड़ा और पार्टिसिपेट करो.
सर आपने लास्ट में सबसे कंक्लूजन जो पूछा, तो मुझे उस पे एक ओपिनियन चाहिए था कि क्या रहा कैसा.
सर उस पे क्या चाहिए था, आपने जो कंक्लूजन किया उसकी बात कर
हाँ
रहे हो दोबारा?
आपने 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 सभी से जो लास्ट में
कंक्लूजन ओनली केतना का ठीक था, बाकियों का नहीं था. बाकी लोगों ने अपने पॉइंट्स बोले हैं लेकिन ओवरऑल कंक्लूड नहीं किया है डिस्कशन. बहुत जल्दी खत्म कर दिया था सब लोगों ने कंक्लूजन, मतलब वो कंक्लूजन था नहीं. जो कंक्लूजन होना चाहिए वैसा किसी का भी नहीं था एक्सेप्ट केतना.
सर एज एन इंडिविजुअल लाइक आई शुड नॉट इंट्रोड्यूस और कंक्लूड राइट.
नहीं करना चाहिए लेकिन तब करो, मैंने बताया ना आपको कि जब तुम्हारे पास कुछ चीज ऑफर करने को, फर्स्ट एंड द फास्टेस्ट, वही वाला पॉइंट था. इस बार तो गलत था वो.
जी जी. तो सर जैसे वहां पे जब जीडी होता है तो वो एक सिंगल बेल के साथ बोलते होंगे ना कि अब डिस्कशन स्टार्ट करा जाए, तो वहां पे तो एक रश की सिचुएशन बनी जाएगी कि सब बोलना ट्राई कर रहे हैं.
ऐसा होता नहीं है हमेशा, ऐसा होता नहीं है. और रश हो जाए तो मैंने आपको थंब रूल दे रखा है, फर्स्ट एंड फास्टेस्ट. यू शुड बी द फर्स्ट, यू शुड बी द फास्टेस्ट. वो आपकी प्रिपरेशन के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. और जैसे कंक्लूजन में कोई आगे आ ही नहीं रहा था तो आप जंप कर जाओ. और इंट्रोडक्शन में केतन आगे चली गई थी तो उसको जाने दो. Should follow those things, right?
Okay, sir.
Chalo friends, then I take leave of you and work on these lines, right?